It's been what has felt like an eternity since Nintendo's last General Direct, and let me tell ya, people were excited. The Direct itself held a handful of fun announcements, but unfortunately, not every series' fanbase got something to get excited over. But Xenoblade fans? Oh, we stay prospering. For those of you that might not know, Xenoblade Chronicles has finally received another playable rep for the Super Smash Bros. Series in the form of Pyra and Mythra. Might have gotten a little bit excited.
We did it! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god!
Rex, Pyra, and Mythra as a hybrid character was my #1 choice for several years, and if I'm being perfectly honest, Pyra and Mythra as a stance change character might be even better than I initially hoped. I don't think I'm alone in thinking that another Xeno series representative has been long overdue, with how Xenoblade has grown since the days of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, in addition to the significant role Monolith Soft plays in the development of some of Nintendo's most prominent titles. Needless to say, I am immensely excited for the upcoming Sakurai Presents and the chance to play some of my favorite Xenoblade characters against my friends. The great thing about Smash Bros. DLC, however, is that it's not just a playable character we're getting. We got a brief glimpse at the stage, which is exactly what I wanted, and even then there's a handful of other things to consider. What Mii skins are we going to get? What does their classic mode look like? Will one of their taunts reference the Ardanian soldiers? Will we get the Captain Podrick Mii skin we deserve? That one is incredibly important. But what probably interests me the most, what Xenoblade Chronicles songs will be added alongside the Aegis girls? 3 of my favorite songs from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 were added with Rex's Mii skin. God, that still hurts, but we can definitely do better than that. The Xenoblade Chronicles series has one of, if not my favorite soundtrack for a collective franchise, so picking only 10? You don't exactly do that easily. But I tried my best. Before we get started, a couple disclaimers. First, this list is my personal opinion and not exactly the songs I think are guaranteed. They are purely the ones I would like to see added and believe could fit the tone of Smash. There are some songs like Sea of Clouds that I love to death, but I don't think they would naturally work given their atmospheric nature. Also, to keep it simple, each of my main picks will come from the games that the Aegis girls originate from, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torna the Golden Country. Like I said, picking 10 is way too hard. And as much as I want to battle to the dulcet tones of Black Tar while fighting against Sans Undertale, this is gonna spare my sanity. That being said, Xenoblade Chronicles X deserves music in the game, so I can jam to Sawano music while doing it out. I think that about takes care of it all, so with that, let's jump into my first pick. Number 10 is going to be a relatively safe selection in Gormod's Day theme. I think this is a pretty expected pick, which is why it falls at the bottom of my list. Yet that doesn't take away from the strength of the Grassy Titan's melody. Gormod Day encapsulates pure adventure, and it is one of the first songs to come to mind when I think about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Plus, exploration and breathtaking environments are core tenets of the Xenoblade experience, so it stands to reason at least a couple would find their way into the game. Not to mention, Gormod's theme is one that has a storied history with Xenoblade Chronicles 2's release cycle, as it was the first song we ever heard attached to the game back during its reveal trailer in the 2017 Nintendo Switch presentation. The question becomes, would I prefer the base game or Torna's version of the song? The base game's is more grandiose and epic, while Torna's is funky as hell, and I think I'm a sucker for the funk. But hey, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS added both Gaara Plains day and night, so perhaps we could see both versions of Gormod make their way to Smash Ultimate. Next up, we have Incoming, with the exclamation point. That's, I guess, important. Coming in hard immediately out of the gates, this battle theme represents the more metallic, lively style of music that Xenoblade's OST captures consistently. As I mentioned, Incoming functions as a battle theme, one that accompanies some of the game's key fights, such as the first fight against Malos or the encounter with Zeke in the Eleftherian Archipelago. I can certainly envision an exciting, fast-paced Grandfinals set in a tournament starting out with Incoming and everyone in the crowd starts getting really hyped up. And funnily enough, Incoming actually plays in the tail end of Pyra and Mythra's trailer when they find themselves face to face with Shulk, which makes me feel pretty confident with its inclusion. I believe every song that has played in a Fighter Pass character's reveal trailer has made it into the game, with the only oddity coming in the fact that the orchestrated versions of the Dragon Quest songs, which were used in the trailer, did not find their way into the game. Regardless, I didn't think that should stop me from including this song, as this intro is way too good to deny from being in Smash Bros.
3, 2, 1, go!
Speaking of Zeke from earlier, number 8 is going to be his theme, Bringer of Chaos. I am an absolute sucker for the kind of character who is boisterous and flamboyant, but kind of a badass as well. The only way to make that better is to give said character a rad theme that embodies their personality, and wow, would you look at that? Zeke is one of my favorite characters amongst the entire Xenoblade Chronicles cast, and I think it would be amazing to have him represented within the game with even more than just an appearance on the All-Rest stage. You heard it with Incoming, and it's going to be a common trend, but it's another battle theme that I think would mix beautifully with Smash's combat. Really, there's not much else to say besides the fact that I love the energy behind this song, and the drums in this are fantastic. Just give this section a listen for yourself. I couldn't in good conscience be able to make a top 10 song wish list without including this pick, which is Counterattack. Counterattack is by far one of the most prominent songs in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, not only accompanying some pivotal moments in the plot, but also acting as a leitmotif that permeates several songs in the game, such as Loneliness and After Despair and Hope. In a way, Counterattack kind of takes the role of Engage the Enemy from Xenoblade Chronicles, a song that blends a sense of direness and intensity with the way the music shifts from pack segments to isolated ones, which allows specific instruments to shine. Maybe it's because I have context from how it functions in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I feel that this song would actually make simple Smash matches feel more important than they really are. Furthermore, Counterattack alongside Incoming hold the prestigious title of being 2 of the 4 songs interested fans were able to listen to in their entirety on Nintendo of Japan's Xenoblade Chronicles 2 page prior to release. And also just like Incoming, we do get to hear a very short snippet of Counterattack right before Pyra's reveal splash art comes on screen. This song is so synonymous with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that I honestly believe this segment will be remixed into Pyra and Mythra's victory theme. It's that good, and I definitely feel it deserves a spot. Number 6 might be the first real surprise of this list, and that's After Despair and Hope, the final boss theme. Truthfully, I forgot how much I like this song, since it can oftentimes get drowned out by the praise I have for the final boss themes of its predecessor. But holy hell, it's incredible! The rising choir, strings, and drums all the way into the song's main segment are phenomenal. And I want you to just picture footsies to this segment. This is way more intense than it needs to be. Although this song utilizes a portion of Counterattack in its melody, I put it higher on the list because that motif doesn't wholly define the song. It amplifies it. And I think overall it's a more interesting pick. Nevertheless, it's a kick-ass battle theme, quite possibly the most epic arrangement on this list, and one that makes me sad that neither of Xenoblade Chronicles' final boss themes made it into Smash Bros.
Why are we still here?
But damn, those titles are spoilers, so fair play, Sakurai. How do I even start with number 5? We have Torna's main battle theme. Although a story expansion to the base game, Torna is a prime example of how to do DLC correctly. A fully fleshed out prequel story with hours of content, a cast of amazing new characters in addition to further development for familiar faces, and the addition of several tunes to Xenoblade Chronicles 2's already extraordinary soundtrack. Some of these songs marked a noticeable stylistic change to a more jazzy arrangement, and the results were incredible. Among them, Torna's battle theme stands out as the king. The vivacious piano and bouncing melody paint the image of a dance, one where you're in tune with your partner, and that just screams Smash to me. I'm trying to finesse my opponent, style on them, force them to acquire a taste for freeform jazz, all while I'm busting a groove in my seat. I think that's what the kids call schmoovin'?
Did I use that right? Doing in my house.
Some would consider Torna's battle theme to be the best battle theme in the series, and I can certainly see why they'd argue that. Hell, as a testament to its popularity, this battle theme may very well have inspired the musical direction that Future Connected took. If there's any song that deserves a lock-in from Torna, it's this battle theme. However, there might be a song from Torna I want even more. Next up on our list, we're getting into Trumpet City here with More Ardain roaming the wastes. When we're talking about necessities here, this song is a must. I would go as far as to say that this is the best field track in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Would I appreciate a remix of the song? Oh, for sure, but I'm not really sure it needs it. If you asked me originally whether I thought this big energy arrangement full of brass would pair well with the desert canyon region of More Ardain, I probably would have given you a hard no. Now, it's pretty difficult to separate the two from one another. Besides being one of the most beloved songs from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we know Pyra and Mythra's stage is all about showing the world of Allrest, and we even see More Ardain in the background. So why not include it? Roaming the Waste is unique, bombastic, and a fan favorite, so pulling a god-shattering star and not being included would be an absolute crime. With More Ardain out of the way, we have officially entered my top 3 picks, and we're starting with one I doubt anybody would expect: A Ship in a Stormy Sea. I promise you though, this song is an underrated gem. It's essentially the unfinished battle of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It only plays once in the entire game, and it's right before boarding the ancient Tornan vessel in Chapter 1, so it's likely the player would forget it. I certainly did, and didn't realize how amazing it was until I heard it in Chugga Conroy's ongoing Let's Play of the game. I've often compared it to Final Fantasy VII's bombing mission as well, since it's a grandiose piece with a strong instrumentation that's paired with a daring mission in the game's opening. There's also a section that just sounds really similar to the bombing mission. While the song could function on its own within Smash, I could very well see a sped up remix of the song implemented into the game to better match the pace of combat. The reason A Ship in a Stormy Sea cracked my top 3 is because I found it to be a unique pick and one that offers a different feeling than my previous entries. Is it likely? Not really, but man do I want it. The runner-up of this list is a bit of a curveball, but it's a top 5 Xenoblade Chronicles song in my eyes: Drifting Soul. This is a song from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that when you hear it, you know something serious is about to occur. In addition, it plays alongside some of the best cutscenes the base game and Torna have to offer. Drifting Soul has this floatier, slower paced melody to it when compared to the rest of the soundtrack, and there's something about the instrumentation that evokes melancholic feelings. The game also includes 2 versions, a lyrical version sung by Jen Bird and an instrumental one. Smash Bros. Has included emotional lyrical tracks before in the case of Calling to the Night from Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, but I could see the development team determining that perhaps it would be better to implement the instrumental version. Or, my theory and dream pick would be a sped up version that retains the tone of the song all while better suiting the gameplay of Smash Bros. This remix would be similar to Metal Gear Solid 4's Theme of Love remix we got added in Brawl that kinda sounds like a Pirates of the Caribbean song. It's still good, I promise. We did hear Drifting Soul in the reveal trailer, so that could mean there's a good chance for the song's inclusion. And here's hoping, as I'd love to have one of the best songs that Xenoblade has to offer repped in this monster of a crossover. Before reaching number 1, and because like I said, doing a top 10 would be nearly impossible, I have a few honorable mentions. Let's start with You Will Recall Our Names. One of the unique monster themes, this song carries a lot of the energy that a song like Incoming holds and just barely missed the cut for me. However, to be fair, it does appear for a good portion of the trailer after Mythra steps in to help Pyra out, so I think there's a high chance this song makes the cut for Smash. For the other 2 mentions, I'm gonna be cheating, with the first one being Time to Fight from Future Connected. This song is practically Xenoblade Disco, and like I mentioned previously, seems to have been inspired by Torna's funky battle theme. This section, right here, is pure magic. both a fun track and one from the most recent Xenoblade project, I hope we get more than Xenoblade Chronicles 2 music just for songs like this. Finally, we have my pick from Xenoblade Chronicles X, Uncontrollable. I love Attack on Titan's soundtrack, so you know I love Sawano music. Incorporate a duet, and you have yourself a masterpiece. Plus, this song technically appears in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with the DLC Elma battle, so I'm just saying. Anyways, let's get to our final entry. Topping off my list is Malos' battle theme from Torna, Over Despair and Animus. Serving as a remix of Amalthus' theme from the base game, I would consider this to be the most foreboding and villain representative song from my list, fitting of Malos' role in Torna as the main adversary. But it also has a unique flair to it that reminds me heavily of good songs like Dark Pit's theme. This track has a hefty amount of build-up, but I think that just makes the payoff that much better. I can seriously picture this playing in the background of an intense Grandfinals, where the player on the loser side of the bracket is trying out a bunch of tech and options to little avail. That might be a little over-dramatized, but it goes to show that the music can help build the tension and write the narrative. I think Torna is deserving of more than one song, and it might be crazy to have this over the amazing battle theme, but the weight and significance of this track in the context of Torna's narrative really puts it up there for me. There are songs from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that I enjoy more on this list, but Over Despair and Animus is that perfect combination of being both an excellent track and one most people might not consider immediately. For that reason, I think it should have a chance to shine and back some dramatic tournament matches in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I only picked 10 songs here, but I actually think that there is a high probability we will receive more than that number. Byleth and Min Min, two first-party reps from the Fighters Passes, have both received over 10 remixes each. And although Terry skews the number, the average number of songs per DLC fighter is over 15. Perhaps I'm too hopeful, but I think it would be a great way to get the series up to speed and represent entries beyond what I mentioned, like Xenoblade Chronicles X and Future Connected. Anyways, what do you guys think? Did a handful of my picks match yours? Are any that aren't on my personal list that you'd like to see? Leave a comment, tell me your thoughts, because I'd love to see what you think and gauge the general opinions of everyone. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then feel free to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. If you've seen any of my reactions, you might have gathered that I love Smash, and I'm looking forward to making content on Pyra and Mythra when they release. That's really all I have for now, so thank you guys for watching and all the support as usual, and until next time.